So in the first part, we talked about different indicators, how we measure GDP and what GDP represent, and what are the two possible ways to measure GDP. In this, we will first of all talk about few of the uh, indicators that are there, which are derived from the GDP and which can be used in discussion. ठीक है कुछ ऐसे इंडिकेटर हैं जो डेटा से निकाले जा सकते हैं फॉर एग्जांपल when we got the data of GDP that we discussed earlier, if we add the incomes of Pakistanis living abroad and subtract the incomes of non-Pakistanis in Pakistan, GDP में जो पाकिस्तानी अब्रॉड है उनकी इनकम ऐड कर लें और जो पाकिस्तान में नॉन पाकिस्तानी है उनकी इनकम माइनस करते हैं that is called gross national product. It will talk about the national value of the resources of a country. तो national product. यहाँ पे physical boundary का concept खत्म हो गया. यहाँ बात होगी कि वो जो resources हैं वो कितने capable हैं. Yes. So the GNP is if GNP is bigger, it means your resources which are scattered across the world are productive, and the resources of or other countries which are here are less productive. अगर हमारा GNP GDP से बड़ा है तो इसका मतलब हमारे जो रिसोर्सेज हैं वो दुनिया में प्रोडक्टिव है क्योंकि जो माइनस हो रहे हैं वो छोटी चीज है और जो ऐड हो रही है बड़ी चीज है. If GNP is bigger than GDP, ठीक है. So it talks about the national output. ठीक है. Next is if we subtract the depreciation rate, जिस रेट पे कैपिटल डेप्रिशिएट होता है, ठीक है, it is called net national product. Depreciation rate हम क्यों मैनेज करते हैं? You will study that in finance and accounting कि depreciation को account for करना क्यों जरूरी होता है. But if you are not investing on a new capital, then your income will be lower in the future. So what we do is we adjust it for the decreasing rate. So that हमें पता हो कि income कम हो रही है, we need to get the new capital. पुराना वाला depreciate हो रहा है. So if you have a plane in PI gate and plane age is 10 years, it means every year 10% उसकी depreciation हो रही है. So अगर आप 10% पैसे हर साल जमा नहीं करेंगे तो 10 साल बाद मेरे हाथ पे पैसे नहीं होंगे आपके. समझ आए? That's why we need to account for depreciation rate. अगर आपको पता है कि आपका प्लेन है जो 10 साल बाद बेकार हो जाएगा तो आपको 10 साल के तक उसके नए जहाज के पैसे जमा करने. तो अगर आप 10% ईच ईयर जमा कर रहे होंगे विच इज इक्वल टू द डेप्रिसिएशन रेट, तो 10 साल बाद अगर पैसे होंगे जहाज टाइम के बाद कितना नया मिलेगा. नहीं यहाँ पे नया जहाज की बात नहीं, यहाँ पे भी वो डेप्रिसिएशन रेट ही डाल रहे हैं ना कि जहाज कैपिटल आपका फॉल करे. तो अगर आपने इसको जीएसटी के बराबर रखना है तो उतने ही कैपिटल डालते जाए. समझे बात? ये हमें ये बता रहा होगा कि हमारा एनएलपी और जीएसटी में जो फर्क है बता रहा होगा कि वी नीड न्यू कैपिटल. जितना डिफरेंस ज्यादा होगा उतना ही हम डेप्रिसिएट होंगे. ये कंट्री लेवल पे है ना, मैं फॉर्म लेवल पे बात कर रहा था कि वहां पे तो हमें हर कैपिटल आइटम का पता होगा ना कि कौन सी तो क्या है. कंट्री लेवल पे तो देयर आर मिलियंस ऑफ कैपिटल आइटम, वी डोंट नो कि कौन सी रिप्लेस करें. तो ये नेक्स्ट लेवल पे कंट्री लेवल. ओके. It means your resources which are abroad are earning more than the foreign resources which are working in Pakistan. जो गैर मुल्की पाकिस्तान में काम कर रहे हैं उनकी इनकम उनसे कम है जो पाकिस्तानी बाहर काम कर रहे हैं. तो यार ब्रेन ड्रेन अगर हो रहा है और वो अपने आप को पाकिस्तानी कह रहा है तो वो जीएनपी में होगा. We call it brain drain because he is now not paying taxes. It is good managed, just like we discussed in the previous chapter. It will be good if he is coming back or sending remittances or training our people. Okay, so technically he is in GNP. एटलीस्ट वो पाकिस्तान की पॉपुलैरिटी में काम कर रहा है. ही इज वर्किंग हार्ड अब्रॉड, ही इज नोन एज अ पाकिस्तानी. तो इट्स इंक्रीजिंग द फेम ऑफ अ कंट्री ना. पाकिस्तान का नाम ही बनाएगा ना वो, तो हम उस तरह कहते हैं. देन if we remove indirect taxes minus subsidies, जो भी taxes लगे, it will be national income. हम net national product से taxes निकाल दें तो it will be our income. ठीक है, net national income. If we add subtract the profits and insurance payments and add interest income and transfer payments, it will be personal income. जो एक बंदा अर्न कर रहा है, क्योंकि उसके अंदर काफी सारी टर्म्स होती हैं, तो we calculate percent. So if we remove taxes, it is disposable personal income. तो एक बंदे को या एक लेबर को या एक हाउस होल्ड को सैलरी मिल रही है, दैट इज द वेज इनकम. So how we can calculate it? ठीक है, so this way we I have actually the green ones are added and the red ones are removed. And then FOB is factor production. So factor production income, the core income, core factor, land, labor, capital, organization, उनकी income है. ठीक है, it is the income that our household has that we can spend कभी ज़्यादा demand. आपको जब income मिलती है पहले उसमें टैक्स करता है, that is the personal tax. फिर कोई सब्सिडी मिल रही है, इंश्योरेंस पेमेंट दे रहे होते हैं, कोई लोन लिया होता है और या लोन दिया होता है, to adjust for all the income that divided with the personal income. That disposable personal income का मतलब है you can burn it. There is no liability on it. जैसे मर्जी इस्तेमाल करें. But in GDP there are some liabilities that are red and some are assets which are green. So when you adjust it, then you will get the income that you can spend wherever you want. तो इससे पूछेगा. जिस तरह अपनी वाली सैलरी होती है, when company gives you salary, they deduct the tax. After that, the salary that they give you, they don't ask क्या करते हैं. That is your disposable income. Because they will be paying more of the interest payment if they are indebted. If they are indebted, they are paying more interest payment, interest income, so that will be counted somewhere else. ठीक है, so you can deduct it in. So if the debt is already subtracted, वो पाकिस्तान की इनकम थोड़ी है. ठीक है, so this is the few indicators. Now we are discussing that expenditure method in detail. So for expenditure, we need to first of all tell how many types of expenditure there are. So y is equal to c plus I plus g plus nx. C is consumption. It is spending by households on goods and services. Consumption is the last time purchase of the product after which it is not available for sale. This is consumption expenditure. I am defining it so you don't have to write. And investment is the spending by the firms on capital equipment, inventory or structure on expectation of higher future earning in the future, higher earning or production in future. वो इसलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने प्रोडक्शन बढ़ानी है या प्रॉफिट अर्न करना है. ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट स्पेंडिंग आर spending done by the government on provision of social services, investment on projects, purchase of goods and services. ये गवर्नमेंट जहाँ स्पेंड करती है, that is government spending. Net export is the spending of the foreigners on our goods minus the spending of us on foreign goods. Exports minus imports. Exports को मैंने define कर दिया इसमें ही और imports को भी define कर दिया. Clear? So these are the 4 types of expenditures that a country experiences. ठीक है? Then consumption expenditure में there is a debate there is called durable consumption and non-durable. जो non-durables होते हैं that like food, immediately used food items, ठीक है, and durables like furniture, house, car, computer, mobile phone, that last more than 3 years. If they lasting more than 3 years, it is a durable consumption. ठीक है, clothing is considered immediate but counted in non-durable. Because clothing, he's saying that it's a debatable product because it can be durable, but we add it in non-durable. Okay? So these are two types of consumption. Then there are three types of investment. Capital spending, that is getting more machine, that means expanding business. Residential construction means our house is counted in GDP in a category, in this category when it is built. When it is sold, only, so residential construction means building, making building. So whenever you make a new house, it is counted as residential construction. And when you sell it, the brokerage commission is added, the both sell over. Okay? And then inventory investment, it is a difference between production and sale. जितना बना और जितना बिका, जो रह गया वो सारा इन्वेंट्री है. तो पहले आप पूछ रहे थे कि इन्वेंट्री का क्या होगा. इट विल बी काउंटेड एज एक्सपेंडिचर इन टर्म्स ऑफ इन्वेंट्री इन्वेस्टमेंट. हम लिखेंगे इन्वेंट्री वैल्यू. ठीक है. This category is an actually exception in the rule of GDP. Usually GDP does not add the things which are not sold, but inventory investment is added even though they are not sold. Everything that is gone from the farm to the household, और उसकी जो मार्केट वैल्यू है, जहां से आ रही है, आई एम टॉकिंग दैट सोर्स. Yes, it is ready to be sold, and it's also putting pressure on the market price. Again, inventory पड़ा होगा, seller will say we should reduce prices because our things are not getting sold, and if they are perishable, there is another pressure. So it's a type of investment, na? Three types. So it's an investment. Three types. Okay. And then government expenditure, three major types: defense expenditure, non-defense expenditure, local government purchases. Okay. Major government expenditure is transfer payments like subsidies, so local government purchases. Okay. Then net export, there are two types: exports, which is added, and imports, which is subtracted. Okay. And in imports, only few components are counted which are actually earned by the domestic country. When you're importing, if your local courier is importing the item, so the imports, the courier service is there, only import item की value नहीं होगी. That's it's written here, like transportation and distribution cost. क्या आप item import कर रहे हैं, तो वो GDP से subtract होगा, क्योंकि उतने पैसे बाहर चले गए. लेकिन अगर वो लोकल कोरियर ने, वेंडर ने मैनेज किया है, तो उसकी जितनी इनकम है वो जीडीपी में ऐड होगी. होलसेल रिटेलर मार्जिन, सेल्स टैक्स, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कॉस्ट, इंपोर्ट्स में ये कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेशन है. फॉर एग्जांपल, we imported COVID vaccine, but we use PIA. So COVID vaccine value will be subtracted from GDP because it's import, but we use PIA, so we don't have to pay any other airline for that transportation charges. So the income earned by PIA is GDP, part of GDP. PIA को तो पैसे मिल रहे होंगे, या हम दे रहे होंगे या वो दे रहे होंगे, तो वो पैसे पाकिस्तान के. लेकिन जो कोविड के पैसे हमने लिए हैं, क्योंकि वो बाहर चले गए, तो इट्स नेगेटिव. It will be subtracted. Any amount of any cash or produced good which is gone, cash which is gone abroad, it will be deducted. Any goods which is gone abroad, it means cash will come here, it will be added. Okay? So for us, imports are cost and exports are income. Then what is not included? There are some other cases like assets. If you buy a stock from stock, if you sell it, it will not be counted, but it is only counted when it is first purchased for the first time. Shares. Then exchange outside the market. So it is a market में आपने lawn में vegetable produce किया है and you are using it yourself. So it's not counted in GDP. It's not in the market. Foreign expenditure. A Pakistani goes abroad on Qatar Airlines. These expenditures will be offset by the imports of services, which is not counted. यानी जब हम कतर एयरलाइन में बाहर जा रहे हैं तो हम एक्चुअली सर्विस को इंपोर्ट कर रहे हैं. वी आर यूजिंग फॉरेन सर्विसेज हियर. ठीक है, समझे बात? यू आर मूविंग आउट, तो टेक्निकली यू आर स्पेंडिंग देयर, but when you are going out, you are actually using their flight services here. So you are importing services. For that you are spending there. So it's cancelled out. ठीक है. Exchange outside the market means moving one's own lawn. आपने अपने घर में घास काट ली, आप माली से करवाते तो वो जीडीपी में काउंट होता, आपने काम खुद ही कर लिया. या you had vegetables in your lawn and you used it for your own house. अपने घर में इस्तेमाल कर लिया, so it's not sold in the market, so it's not in GDP. Brokerage commission, because so you contacted your travel agent. He's a local person and he arranged you a Qatar Airline ticket and he charged you 100 rupees or 500 rupees as a commission. That commission is added in GDP because it's local services, but the Qatar Airline price will be subtracted from GDP because it's foreign services. Clear? It depends upon who is the owner of that part. If the broker is local, if you're buying it from the Qatar Airline website, there's no broker. All will be subtracted. Yes. So whenever new shares are purchased, launched, they have some value behind it. So they will be added. But when they are resold, there is no increase in value. But the broker who is managing the transaction is charging fee. That broker fee will be added in because he is a local person. But share price will not. ठीक है? जो ये भी फाइनेंस में पढ़ेंगे. What are shares? What is the stock market share? जब भी पहली दफा बनता है ना, every share has a representative from यानी share है वो firm की 1% value. So whenever you sell it to somebody else, you are not actually changing the value of the firm. So वो वही भी, it's actually resale. जब पहली दफा बनेगा ऐड हो जाएगा. ठीक है? So these are few exceptions. Two types of government expenditures are not counted. Transfer payments which do not correspond of receiving goods and services. Cross department cash management हो रही है, it will not be in GDP. Underground economy, all the illegally produced goods and items will not be counted in GDP because they are illegally produced. If government know about it, they will punish them and will destroy the items. So technically, it will not be counted. हो रही होगी, but it's illegally. It's yeah. Yeah, so country tries to reduce that income. Na? So country will try to reduce it because it's illegal. It's because in this market you are earning by exploiting somebody else. It can be a crime, it can be a bribe, it can be a stealing. So that's why country law कह रहा है, even if you are earning from here, you are actually stealing from somebody else. So it's not legal. ठीक है? So Pakistan में this is showing the inventory investment values. So you can say total investment is here, change in stock, and the total investment values can be seen here. So this way you can see inventory investment is shown here, change in stock. This is the value of inventory investment. How much inventory is there? 1.6% in 2009, and it's 1.6 throughout. 1.6% of GDP. इतना स्टॉक है जो फर्म्स में बढ़ा के बेचना. ठीक है. Now another method of GDP is the value addition method. ठीक है. And so in this method we discuss. So GDP is the first indicator study in macroeconomics. Like the property of macroeconomics shows the aggregate effects. For income, we add all the incomes. For expenditure, we add all the expenditures. Now, what we are doing is we have defined GDP, that how it is measured at the economic level. Now, I'm going to show you one numerical in which we are calculating a GDP hypothesis of GDP based upon the calculations. Okay, so we will do that activity later on in next class. But here, what we are doing is that I will show you the numericals and I will bring the activity sheet in the next class. And after that, we will close it. So, nominal and real GDP. Okay, so now be attentive and look at what I'm trying to ask. For a case of expenditure-based GDP, we are only looking at the consumption expenditure. You can guess. So whenever you go for shopping, you buy an item and you get the invoice. Invoice shows you a total expenditure. What are the two major components of that expenditure? Yeah, the price of the goods and the goods that you purchased. So what is more valuable to you? The price. What gives you the utility? The price or the quantity? So it means if expenditure is increasing because of quantity, it is good for you. But if the expenditure is increasing because of price, it is bad for us. Okay, so this thing is shown here. So in our bill, we have consumption expenditure is equal to price into quantity. So when we increase our consumption, either price is increasing or quantity is increasing or both are increasing. So we need to, as a human being, we need to differentiate between how much value we got, how much benefit we got. That is the portion of increase in quantity. So we need to split the bill in a way that we can calculate how much value we got while comparing two bills. कि आपने मंथली बिल ग्रोसरी परचेज की है कारफोर से एंड नेक्स्ट मंथ आपने फिर परचेज कर ली. You got the two invoices. Okay, now you are trying to compare that the bill has increased. Is it because we purchased more, or is it because the things were expensive, or is it a mixture of both? In reality, it's a mixture of both. So if it's a mixture of both, you need to measure how much is the increase in value or increase in quantity, because we care that much, that thing. हमें उससे गर्ज है कि if suppose the bill has increased 10% and the goods purchased increased 8%, then it means the price increase is only 2%. That's fine for us. We technically are more well off because we are purchasing more. We can afford more. If the bill increase is 10%, but the price component is 8%, it means we are worse off. Our bill is increased because there was higher prices. So same thing we are trying to measure here right now. कि हमारा GDP बढ़ जाए. So is it because of things are expensive, or is it because of we are producing more, or is it a mixture of both? So in most cases, it's a mixture of both. Now we need to split that increase in GDP into two portions: increase in quantity and increase in price. Okay. So the quantity portion is called real GDP. The total GDP, which is price and quantity, is called nominal GDP. I will define it later on. ठीक है, समझ आ गया ना कि मैं क्या पूछना, क्या मेजर कर रहा हूं. I'm defining it later on. So what we are trying to do is that whenever we have higher GDP value, it might be confusing because it is based upon two things: change in price and change in quantity. Change in price is bad for us because it shows that we are buying less and we are paying more. Change in quantity is good for us, means we are getting more goods and services. We are fulfilling more needs and wants. So we need to split the increase in GDP into two portions: increase in quantity and increase in price. Okay? अब इसको मैं आगे बताने लगा. मैंने I gave you background in terms of individual people कि वो इसकी invoice में क्या होता है. ठीक है? Now, can you tell increase in which component describes increase in standard of living? We know the increase in quantity because we are fulfilling more needs and wants. So real GDP is the indicator of the performance in which the prices are not changing and the quantities are changing. So when we calculate our bill again, while assuming that the prices has not changed, to see how much bill has increased, that will be real GDP. यानी दो बिल पड़े हैं आपके पास, car4 in month 1, car4 bill in month 2. आप कैलकुलेटर ओपन करते हैं, you make sure कि जो products similar हैं, you keep the old prices, not the new one, and calculate the new expenditure. If the expenditure is bigger, it means you bought more goods. Okay? If expenditure is smaller, it means the prices were higher. अब example करने लगा हूँ. So GDP is a performance indicator where we assume that prices are not changing, and we look at how much quantity purchased has increased because it will represent the welfare. How much goods we got, more or less. बढ़ेगा तो it means more. Right? Then nominal GDP is the performance indicator where prices are not fixed and quantities are also not fixed. This is the standard invoice, standard GDP where prices are changing and quantities are changing. ठीक हो गया? ये वही है GDP जो पहले पढ़ रहे थे. Nominal GDP is the GDP that we were discussing earlier. There is another term called GDP deflator. Deflate किसको बोलते हैं? हवा निकालने को. So in nominal GDP, there is one portion that is bad for us in price component. तो अगर वो वाली हवा निकाल दें, so that will be real GDP. So GDP deflated tells us how much deflate you need to do. So it's a ratio of nominal to real GDP. यानी price component बता देगा कितना. Price component is bad for us, so ये बता देगा कि price. पहला वाला बताएगा quantity component, दरमियान वाला दोनों है, लास्ट वाला प्राइस कंपोनेंट. सही? So we just like the bill we showed here. So consumption expenditure is nominal GDP. Price of the commodity is deflator. Quantity is real GDP. Clear? अब समझ आ गया? Anyone who have a question? चलें. Let's. Yeah, it's a total bill. Total bill. Total expenditure. Real tells us that how much bill has increased because of more quantities being purchased. That will be deflator. Okay? And the total bill is nominal GDP. So I'm going towards numerical, and we'll quickly do it so that we can conclude, and then you will understand. So in this example, you can look at the real and nominal prices of houses. Real price of house क्या होगी? How many new the real yeah. So real value of houses. If there is an increase in number of house, that's real house increase. ठीक है? तो अब यहाँ पे देखते जाएं इसने क्या किया है. हाउस प्राइसेस लिए और इन्फ्लेशन डाले. सो हाउस प्राइस है, दो वजह से इंक्रीज हो सकती है. इधर द वैल्यू ऑफ हाउस हैज इंक्रीज्ड और इन्फ्लेशन, जनरल प्राइसेस. सो व्हाट ही हैज डन इज, you can look at the red line is actually the increase in house prices, and the blue line is because of the general increase in prices in the economy. तो जो इन दोनों में जो गैप है, that is deflator. How much inflated it was, we need to deflate it. ठीक है, तो take a chart show average of house prices for properties in the UK between so real price of house is the money value of the property adjusted for the effects of inflation. In this case real prices has to be deflated. तो इसका मतलब इकोनॉमी में when you are using the expenditure method you have to look at the price component too, because expenditures might be overstated because of the increase in prices. जब expenditure method पे GDP measure हो रहा है, you might have to do one more step, account for the change in prices. ठीक हो गया? Clear हुआ यहाँ पे? Next, now we are doing the numerical. Let's see. So suppose you have a data of two products, their quantity and price is given for 3 years, chips and burgers. Okay, now we need to calculate GDP. So GDP formula is price into quantity. So GDP for years are shown here. For 2001, price of chips into quantity of chips 1 into 100 plus 2 into 50, that is 200. This is total bill. This is nominal GDP. Second year 2 into 150 plus 3 into 100, that is 600. Total bill, nominal GDP. 3 into 200 plus 4 into 150, total bill, nominal GDP. In second case, real GDP में we do what we do is we make sure कि हम किसी एक year को base year बना देते हैं, and we use that prices only. We fix 1 year as a base year. So in this example, the first year is the base year. Okay, now you note that prices are not changing. They are being used from the first year. 1 into 100, 1 into 150, 1 into 200. Difference nazar aaya? In this numerical, base year will be given, और real GDP में prices base year वाली इस्तेमाल करनी. Nominal में prices भी change होंगी, quantity भी change होंगी. So you note that the value of real GDP is smaller than nominal GDP. Why? Because there was a price effect that is now excluded, because we are not changing prices. समझ आ गया हमें बात? So when you compare two bills and you use the old prices, the new bill will be actually real GDP, expenditure bill. And then when you divide them, multiply by 100, you will understand how much prices were increasing. In the first case, it is 100% means no change in price. It is actually same. And second, 71% increase in price. Then 140% increase in price. Well, 100 is the base. So 240 है ना, so it's 100 minus. Actually, we should not multiply it with 100. So then it is more understandable. But if you multiply it with 100, you need to subtract 100 to calculate the percentage change. ठीक है? ज़्यादा समझ आया? अब हमने अपने एक्सपेंडिचर के 3 पोर्शन निकाल लिए. टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर बेस्ड अपॉन क्वांटिटी, एक्सपेंडिचर बिकॉज ऑफ प्राइसेस. सो लास्ट टेबल शो कर रहा है कि इन 2002 आवर बिल वाज इंक्रीज, वी डोंट नो हाउ मच, बट इट वाज 71% बिकॉज ऑफ प्राइसेस. रिमेनिंग 29 इज बिकॉज ऑफ क्वांटिटी. ठीक है? रिमेनिंग 29 छोड़े, वो आगे और दोबारा बताऊंगा. ठीक है? सो हमने अपने बिल को तीन पोर्शन में डिवाइड करना सीख लिया. टोटल बिल, quantity portion and price portion. So as a human, we want to maximize our needs and wants. So we will focus on increasing real GDP. If real GDP is increasing, it means it's good for us. तो हर साल जो गवर्नमेंट अपना GDP growth rate announce करती है, that is usually real GDP, because that's what matter to us. ठीक है? क्वांटिटी बढ़ी है ना, so increasing quantity is good for us because it shows that we are fulfilling more needs and wants. Clear? Yeah, at the same price. Yeah. So our purchasing power is fixed, but we are still getting more. So it means if real GDP is increasing, our resources are fixed, but we're still getting more. It means we are competing with scarcity. We are managing scarcity better to get out more out of the limited or scarce resources. So increase in GDP will show us increase in actual performance of a country. That matters to humans. ठीक है? Clear हो गया? Let's see what's next. And so what does the deflator represent? It represents how fast prices are growing, how goods are expensive. ठीक है? GDP current year minus previous year divided by current year. So it means GDP grew by 42% as compared to 2001 and 30% when you're comparing 2003 with 2002. सही हो गया? तो ये शो कर रहा है कितने GDP ग्रो हुआ. So this was the formula to calculate growth. This is one example, and let's see how many slides are there. So this one example, let me show you this example. This is actually talking about, does GDP represent quality of life? So it is giving us few terms. So if you read it, so it tells us that GDP can represent value to humans in many cases, but in some cases it does not represent. For example, that see these countries, higher GDP is also increased with higher literacy. If the country is richer, GDP per person is higher, they have higher literacy rate, means GDP can create value. And if GDP is higher, their life expectancy is bigger, they live for longer. So GDP can represent better life. Okay, so it means this example, when you read it in detail, you will understand that what are the merits. But some things are missing. For example, that if you are producing more, you might be also polluting more. Okay, so it means that pollution portion is not there in the GDP. Like in Lahore, you are going to work, everyone is doing work, so it means they are contributing to GDP, but they are also polluting, and there is smoke, so they are also being affected by the bad weather. So maybe current GDP might not be affected, but in future, when most of the people are ill, the GDP will go down. So it means GDP does not represent all the things that matters. If GDP is increasing because you are cutting the forest, you might see high GDP today, but in future, when there are no trees, there's no oxygen, there's no life. Or if high GDP because you are doing fishing from the sea and you take all the fish out, then there's no fish in the future. So these things are talked about here. Okay? So this is concluded here. Can GDP measure economic well-being? But you are not resting. So GDP will not represent how rested or leisure you have. Okay? Other things we have already seen in the example. So when you read it, you will understand these first 3 points. Okay? And so many households produce but do not sell. जैसे mostly females अपने कपड़े खुद ही सी लेती हैं, या our grandparents used to see वो अपनी जर्सियां सी देती थी. So they are working and they are creating value for themselves, but it is not in GDP. So it means GDP is not showing that value that we are actually creating. समझ आ गया? कुछ लोग दूध से दही खुद बना लेते हैं घर में, घी भी बना लेते हैं, पनीर बना लेते हैं, मक्खन बना लेते हैं. What they are doing is they are creating value themselves, but that value is not shown in GDP. It means GDP will not be increasing, but still we are getting more value. So it means GDP is not a perfect indicator of human well-being. Similarly, GDP doesn't show how much parents care about their children, because if they are at work, they are not caring. They are not with the children. GDP does not show how good the environment is. Okay? GDP does not show how much non-renewable resources have been used. That is leading to pollution, burning of coal, burning of wood, burning of oil, burning of gas. Okay? So conclusion. So we are set to make an indicator which can represent economic performance. We started with GDP. We found that generally expenditures of people are same as income of people. Generally. Okay? So we can say that any one of them can calculate GDP. We can use income method or expenditure method. But we focused here mostly on expenditure. Why? We'll talk about that later on. GDP has three subcomponents. Okay? That is real, nominal, deflator. That's based upon expenditure. Okay? Expenditure GDP has three subcomponents. So it's a good indicator, but there are limitations. For that, when you will study advanced courses, you will see that there are new indicators that are better in explaining our well-being. Okay, so this was the topic for us. Hope you understand.